Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Night number 6 of the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. We are broadcasting live at several different locations this evening. We are streaming at Race on Texas Facebook page, as well as the YouTube channel and the Twitch channel for Race on Texas. So all three of those platforms are up and available right now. We are also streaming to you live from the Virtual Racing Network's YouTube channel. So several different venues for you to grab some sprint car racing this evening. We've got fixed setup 305s right now at Limaland Motorsports Park here in Ohio. We are going to have fixed setup 305s coming to you this evening, night number 6 in the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. Picking up the win last week in 305 competition, it was Blake Majulis in the 127 car, and that was at Williams Grove 1 week ago on December 30th. This is our first sprint car race of 2019. Points are winding down. We've got this is night number 6 out of 8 scheduled, and to top the pre-race practice standings right now, we're going to have a half hour or so of practice. Standing atop the standings right now, it is the 70 car of Chris Brenner, a quick time of 11.933 seconds. Excuse me. Around the quarter-mile high banks here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Second quick right now, last week's feature winner, Blake Majulis, 11.955, so 0.02 of a second behind Chris Brenner at the moment. Lewis Hewitt right now is third quick on the racetrack in the 3 car, and another 9.95. I had an acute episode of dyslexia there. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. 11.995. Fourth quick right now actually is now Lewis Hewitt. James Edens cracking the top 3 with an 11.976. Hewitt right now fourth quick with 11.995, and Alex Bergeron, the Canadian phenom, the first car over 11 seconds right now at 12.002. So 0.07 of a second separate the top 5 cars. I am showing 15 cars right now entered for the event tonight. We've changed our format here for the 305s just a little bit to kind of fill in the gap between the 2 races. Of course, immediately following this 305 race will be an open setup 360 race at a yet undetermined location. These are randomly selected tracks, so we'll discover that when we get ready to launch the server. We'll figure out where the track's going to be. Practice going to be 30 minutes. We're going to have an single car qualifying session immediately following practice. The top 8 in qualifying will walk into the main event directly, go straight to the feature this evening, and then we will run 2 qualifying heats or 1 depending on the car count, and then we'll take 4 out of each of those heats. There'll be 8 laps in length. We'll take 4 cars from each of those and put them right on into the main event here, and if necessary, we will have a consolation or a B main, if you will. Right now, once again, I show 15 cars signed in for action this evening. So we are probably going to have, I would say, 1 heat or maybe 2. We may just depend on, how many we want to take out of those heats. We can always adjust the format as we go. So we're working right now, pre-race practice. Like I said, this is week number 6. 305 racing has seen 4 different winners. Each group has 1 repeat winner. For the 305s, it's Cole Newhoff. And Cole, one of the youngest, if not the youngest, I do believe, competitor in the entire series, is the only back-to-back feature winner. Cole having 2 consecutive 305 feature wins, those coming back in the month of December. The first one coming on the 2nd of December at Knoxville in the 305. Then the next win coming 1 week later, the 9th of December at Volusia. Also there, like I said, in the 305, Cole, our only consecutive back-to-back winner, and one of only 2 repeats in the entire series. The other one, the Canadian phenom, Alex Bergeron, picking up a win right here at Limaland Motorsports Park in an open setup 360, our second event of the series. Actually, our first night of competition, but our very first 360 race was won by the Canadian phenom Alex Bergeron right here at Limaland Motorsports Park. That was way back on November 25th of 2018. And his most recent victory, our most recent race with the series here, coming back on December 30th at USA International Raceway. There in Lakeland, Florida, the largest racetrack in the iRacing software for dirt, and Limaland, of course, one of the smallest, one of the quarter-mile tracks here. So Bergeron there showing his versatility with a win on both the largest and one of the smallest tracks in the service here in iRacing. So once again, folks, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. We are live streaming at several different locations this evening. Of course, Scott Bargloff running cameras for you. My name is Nick Robbins. I'll be bringing you the action all night long here with the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. We are streaming live. Ooh, there's a big pile up there. A few cars getting tangled up together. Once again, we are broadcasting at several locations. We're at the Race on Texas Facebook page, the YouTube channel, as well as the Twitch channel for Race on Texas. So all three of those platforms are available to you, the fan, this evening, as well as the Virtual Racing Network graciously allowing us to use their YouTube channel as well. Big shout out to Charles Wooten and the crew over at the Virtual Racing Network for letting us share in there or use theirs for streaming this evening. If you're tuning in at the Facebook page or the Facebook stream there, you can drop us a line in the chat. Scott Bargloff is going to be moderating that chat this evening. I'll be keeping an eye on the YouTube stream. I've got it pulled up on my phone right now, so if you want to let us know that you're tuning in, drop us a line at either the Facebook page or the YouTube channel. We'll get back to you just as quick as we can. Like I said, Scott going to be watching that Facebook chat. He'll probably respond in the chat. I'm going to be verbally responding to you over the YouTube channel, so we're going to get back with you as quickly as we can. For those of you who keep up with the news in iRacing, some new developments here with a new team being developed with some of our racers that we're going to have here tonight. Chris Brenner, one of our event winner, our very first event winner actually, picked up the 305 win at USA back on November 25th. He and David Heilman, Britton Roxbury, and Tim Smith have all joined the newly formed Casey Kane Racing Esports team with Wicked Cushion. Really interesting development. Of course, the guys that we have here with the drivers, excuse me, that we have here with the Victory Lane Racing in this RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series, they are absolutely the best of the best when it comes to iRacing sprint cars. Chris Brenner, like I said, picking up our very first feature win in fixed setup 305s, really in the entire series there. Back on November 25th at USA International. Britton Roxbury also has a win on the season. He's got one from Knoxville back on December 2nd. He and David Heilman, as well as Tim Smith, going to be joining the brand new Casey Kane Esports team, Casey Kane Racing Esports, as well as that show there backed by Wicked Cushion. So good luck to those guys. We wish them all the luck in the future, and always good to have them racing here this evening. I do believe all four of those drivers have signed in. Yeah, all four of them have signed in. We're going to go ahead and move this session on up to qualifying. Chris Brenner, your quick car in pre-race practice. One of the drivers moving on to that new Casey Kane Racing Esports team. Brenner an 11:9:33, so setting the pace in pre-race practice for the evening. And now we are going to be moving on to single car qualifying. And once again, the top 8 from qualifying going to lock themselves directly into the main event this evening. Once again, folks, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. If you're watching at the Facebook page from Race on Texas, we are also live at our YouTube channel, our Twitch channel, as well as the Virtual Racing Network's YouTube channel. Once again, big shout out to Charles Wooten and the crew over at the Virtual Racing Network for allowing us to stream to their racing page this evening. We certainly do appreciate it. James Edens at the moment is quick time right now with 12:050, so not losing much from pre-race practice to qualifying here. Looks like Eden's quick time. Ricky Sanders in second. Britton Roxbury third. Chris Brenner right now fourth quick. And of course, these times are going to change in real time as the qualifying runs continue to tick off and get clocked in here. It will change. James Eden still on top, 12.050. Ricky Sanders second with a 12.113. Timothy Smith is third, 12.121. Lewis Hewitt fourth right now with a 12.125. Blake Majulis, actually we've just swapped. Cole Newhoffen getting into second spot with a 12.059. That is 9 thousandths of a second out of first spot, out of the top spot. So the first 5 cars separated by 7 hundredths of a second between the 5 of them. And like we said earlier, the top 8 going to move on into the feature directly from qualifying, which can be an advantage, but I would also say that it would be difficult to gauge what the track's going to do. A lot of laps can be run between qualifying and the feature, so the track going to change drastically. And it is going to be difficult for some of these drivers to gauge, I would imagine, what the track is going to do. We've got 17 cars clocked in or signed in right now for action here, the 6th of 8 nights with the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. We are roughly 3 minutes through qualifying here. Going to be 2 minutes left in the session, a 5-minute qualifying session. Still Eden's atop this thing with 12.050 as his time. Cole Newhoffen, Ricky Sanders, Tim Smith, Lewis Hewitt, Blake Majulis, Britton Roxbury, and Dylan Hauser are the top 8 in qualifying at the moment. And those drivers, get this folks, 0.122 seconds between the top 8 in qualifying right now. Alex Bergeron there clocking in third quick, so that is going to bump Dylan Hauser out of that 8th and final transfer spot from qualifying. So Hauser now going to have to run a heat race or a dash or a last chance qualifier, whatever you'd like to call it, in order to transfer into the feature this evening. And that is actually going to make the difference between 1st and 8th. Get this, folks, 0.118 seconds. So less than 12 hundredths of a second separate the top 8 cars. The entire 16-car field separated by 2 tenths. 0.222 seconds separate the entire field at this point. Some very close racing action from these drivers. Once again, the best of the best. Brought to you this evening, this Sunday evening, by Race on Texas and TeamVLR. Once again, big shout out to Charles Wooten and the Virtual Racing Network for also allowing us to stream directly to his Facebook page. If you're tuning in through the Virtual Racing Network, thank you so much for watching. Everybody else watching from Race on Texas Facebook, we're watching from Race on Texas YouTube, or the Race on Texas Twitch stream, thank you so much. I do believe this broadcast is also being shared through the Team Victory Lane Racing Facebook page. So any of the many locations that we're at tonight, thank you so much for watching. Once again, night number 6 out of 8 for the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. $200 to the winner of the point standings at the end of 8 weeks. We're going to go ahead and bump off into our first heat race here. Heat race, our first and only heat race, going to be going right about now, ladies and gentlemen. And so these 9 drivers that have registered for the show here that have yet to transfer into the feature are going to be going for 8 laps around this high-banked and fast quarter mile. Dylan Hauser going to be on the inside of that front row. Chris Brenner, one of those 4 that are joining the newly formed Casey Kane Racing esports team, there with Wicked Cushion, going to be driving the Wicked Energy Gum-backed number 70 machine this evening. Skylar Brown going to be inside the second row in the Tide and Kroger-backed number 10 car. David Heilman there on the outside, another one of those Casey Kane Racing esports drivers in the Napa Auto Parts number 49, going to be outside the second row. Third row back on the inside, the 07, the SMS-backed Team VLR sponsor number 07 machine. That is going to be Howard Weaver. Howard has a win on the season coming 2 weeks ago in 305 competition. To his outside, a guy that I really want to see get one here soon, and I think he's due, is the Driven Sim Sport backed. I love the paint scheme here on the 74 machine of Adam Elby. Adam going to be one to watch starting deep in the field, looking for a transfer spot. Ryan Martin going to be on the inside of row number 4 in the Team VLR and Race on Texas back number 024. He'll be starting along the Beer Hill Gang, sponsored number 23 of Steven Calavoda. 8 cars, looks like making the call, ladies and gentlemen. 8 laps going to be the distance. We've got a green flag and we're underway off of turn number 4. Hauser going to lead the field into the first corner, but here comes Brenner on the inside there, wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Brenner going to put a slide job on Hauser through turns 3 and 4, and Brenner going to lead lap number 1. Back into turn number 1. Oh, we got 2 cars together. That is, looks like Calavoda and Weaver. We've got Adam Elby going around, Howard Weaver going around. Woof. Everybody keeps them sort of straight. We're going to stay green. It's still Chris Brenner out in front. David Heilman that time second by the line. He and Dylan Hauser duking it out for that second spot. Give the nod to Heilman as we cross the start-finish line by less than a tenth of a second. Now, Hauser once again underneath Heilman through turns 3 and 4. Going to retake the second spot. Heilman back to third. Skylar Brown there in the 4th position doing battle with David Heilman now. Looking to the inside. That is a great paint job on the 10 car. I absolutely love that one, Skylar. Good looking race car tonight. Back up front, Chris Brenner out in front by over a second here in the heat race or LCQ or consolation or whatever you want to call it. Once again, this is it. We are, I believe, taking 4 out of this one. And I think there is going to be a consi. So the format, I'm sorry, trying to stay on top of that, folks. We are 7 down, 1 to go here. This is the final lap for Chris Brenner. 1.3 seconds out in front of Dylan Hauser. Heilman in second, Skylar Brown in 4th. Oh, there's some good slide job racing off of turn number 4 for the final time. And I think Calavoda may have gotten around. Yeah, Steven Calavoda going to take over the 4th spot. So your running order as we cross the start-finish line there, it was Brenner out in front, and my timing screen has changed, folks, so I missed it. I'm sorry. But it was Chris Brenner getting the win, and Steven Calavoda grabbed the 4th and final transfer right at the line. And it looks like we're going to go on in here to a consolation. So all these cars are going to transfer. What we're doing right now is racing for position. It's going to be 12 laps for these 4 drivers to figure out where they're going to start. The best that one of these drivers will start is 13th. This race will decide 13, 14, 15, and 16 on the racetrack. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Could be getting ready. Everybody on the field. The grid is set. And the racing lineup going to look like this. Skylar Brown going to be inside the front row. Once again, in that really awesome looking Tide and Kroger sponsored number 10. I love it. Is that a Ricky Rudd throwback? Possibly for you NASCAR nerds out there. I think it is. He'll be on the inside of the front row, and to the outside, the Team VLR Race on Texas, back to number 024 of Mr. Ryan Martin. Howard Weaver going to be on the inside, the hashtag Weaver Nation number 07 on the inside of row number 2, and Adam Elby going to be on the outside. I'm telling you, folks, I absolutely love this retro style paint job on the 74 machine, and I really think that Adam is due for a win. He's been close many times here in Race on Texas Sprint Car competition over the last few weeks, and I really think it's just about time we're going to get a green flag. And we are off here with Skylar Brown leading the field through turns 1 and 2. Howard Weaver in second spot, Elby to the bottom of the racetrack through 3 and 4. Lap number 2 in the books. 2 laps complete and 10 to go. Some side-by-side racing there off the second corner. Howard Weaver going to slip up, take the top spot through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Martin on the inside as well. Ryan Martin now side by side with Howard Weaver through turns 1 and 2, definitely taking over the second spot from the 10 car of Skylar Brown. So it's Weaver, Martin, Brown, and Elby right now, the running order. Once again, this race is deciding who starts 13, 14, 15, and 16 on the racetrack. Before complete this time by, we're a third of the way through the last chance qualifier here. Once again, all these cars gonna transfer. We're racing for position, and here comes Adam Elby trying to make it a 2-for-1. Not gonna work. Elby gonna get one and lose one, so a zero-sum game there through turns 3 and 4 for Adam Elby. Was gonna be a bonsai slider. He had the 0-2-4 of Ryan Martin cleared, however did not have Weaver clear, got together and lost the spot he gained. Here comes another slider from Skylar Brown. A good battle there for the third spot. Weaver still your leader, Ryan Martin in second. Third spot belongs to Skylar Brown. Adam Elby running out the field in fourth. Elby trying to drive around Brown on the top side of the racetrack through turns 1 and 2. Not quite gonna get there as we come back down the front boulevard into turn number 1. 8 laps complete. It's going to be 4 to go that time around. That was a good run there by Martin. He and Weaver getting together through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Skylar Brown to put a slide job on Martin for second. Martin going to cross him back up down the front stretch and hold on to the runner-up position. Adam Elby getting a great run on the top side of this racetrack. The rest of the guys trying to run down around the bottom or through the middle, but Elby with a great run off the top of turn 4. Going to try to get 1, maybe 2. Not enough. And here comes Brown to cross him back up down the back straightaway. 11 complete. White flag in the air this time by. 1 more lap to go for Howard Weaver. Can he hold off Ryan Martin and start 13th on the feature after the consolation race through turn number 3 for the final time off of turn 4? Yeah, Weaver going to do it. He'll start 13th. Martin will be 14th. Skylar Brown 15th. And Adam Elby going to start dead last tonight in the main event. Little pre-race practice going to be coming up here, ladies and gentlemen. And then we will turn them loose for the main event this evening. Once again, a big thank you to everybody for tuning in this evening through RaceOnTexas.com's Facebook page and the YouTube channel and the Twitch stream, as well as the Virtual Racing Network broadcasting us live at their YouTube channel. We want to thank Charles Booth and the crew over there at the Virtual Racing Network for hosting us this evening. Once again, folks, if you like what you're seeing, drop us a line there in the chat on the Facebook page or the YouTube channel there. We'll give you a shout out here over the broadcast. We're going to get them ready to go here for the main event. And the field lining up on the front stretch here, ladies and gentlemen. The grid getting set to go. Grid getting set to go here for the main event. Looks like James Eden's going to be starting this thing from the pole in the Racers for Christ number 52 machine. And he'll be alongside our only back-to-back feature winner in competition so far this season, the 8 car of Cole Newhoffen on the outside. Alex Bergeron, the Canadian Phenom, and one of 2 repeat winners, not consecutively, but 2 wins in 360 competition for Alex Bergeron. One of them coming right here at Limaland Motorsports Park back on November 25th. So Alex knows his way around this racetrack. He'll be starting inside the second row in the 12 car. Into his outside, the TTL Esports backed Hyper Simulator sponsored number 17 of Ricky Sanders, going to be outside row 2. In the factory, Casey Kane backed number 00 machine, one of the 4 to join the new Casey Kane Esports team. That's going to be Tim Smith and Lewis Hewitt, Blake Majulis, Britton Roxbury, Chris Brenner, Dylan Hauser, David Heilman, Stephen Calavoda, Howard Weaver, Ryan Martin, Skylar Brown, and Adam Elby. The remainder of the field were already almost completing lap number 1. James Edens leads the field through the second set of corners. He'll complete lap 1 out in front. Alex Bergeron putting a slide job on Cole Newhoffen for second. Newhoffen back to third. Here comes Tim Smith on the bottom of turns 3 and 4, trying to get around Ricky Sanders in the 17 machine. It still looks like Smith rounds out the top 5 right now. He and Sanders wheel to wheel down the backstretch into turn number 3. Is it going to be enough? No. Sanders nice and smooth around the outside of this racetrack. And it is still Tim Smith in 5th. We got one upside down in the back of the field. That looks like the 07 of Howard Weaver, and indeed it is. So Weaver going to be on pit road. It's going to be a long tow and probably a lengthy repair. So Howard Weaver's chances are done, at least for victory here in the 305 race. It's 5 laps complete that time by the start-finish line. Still James Edens out in front. Cole Newhoffen back in second place after getting back around Alex Bergeron. Bergeron in third. Boy, a great battle behind Alex between Ricky Sanders and Tim Smith. Smith fourth that time at the start-finish line of the 00 machine. Sanders in 5th. 6th spot is Blake Majulis. That's last week's feature winner at Williams Grove in the Win 305 race. Chris Brenner right now 7th. Lewis Hewitt 8th. Dylan Hauser 9th. And Skylar Brown rounding out the top 10. Back up front by 0.6 of a second. It is still the 52 of James Edens. Out in front, down the back chute into turn number 3. Going to be 9 complete this time by the start-finish line. There it is, 9 laps down for James Edens. Cole Newhoffen still, oh, we do have a yellow this time around, and unfortunately it's for the 74 of Mr. Adam Elby. Looks like Adam and maybe Ryan Martin getting together there. Adam Elby, Ryan Martin getting together. Both of those cars going to be upside down on the racetrack. Probably going to have to get some repairs. It looks like Martin may just roll back out there on the speedway. Stephen Calavoda may be getting mixed up there as well. Yeah, that unfortunately going not great there for Adam Elby. He is in the pit road there getting some repairs done to the car. 9 laps complete, 31 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, caution laps not counting tonight for the 305s. Robert Byron, brother, thanks for tuning in this evening to the Facebook page, the Facebook stream. If you like what you see, feel free to smash that share button. Please let everybody know what's going on here from Race on Texas. We thank you for tuning in this evening. Of course, caution flag still out on the racetrack. If you see those great graphics we've got there, we want to give a big shout out to Charles Wooten and the Virtual Racing Network for helping us out with some graphic packages. Thanks so much, Charles, as well, for letting us use the Virtual Racing Network YouTube channel this evening to help stream this race. We are back underway, ladies and gentlemen, with 9 down and 31 to go. Make it 10 right now. 10 down, 30 to go here in the 305 main event. And Alex Bergeron has gotten back around Cole Newhoffen for second. 10 down, 30 to go. Here comes the 00 of Tim Smith. Smith going to be one of the, actually right now is the best running Esport Factory Kane Esports Racing Team car in the field right now. Sitting in the 4th spot, Tim Smith out in front for the Factory Kane Racing Team. And a slide job now for the lead. Not enough from Bergeron up off the bottom of turn number 2. James Edens still out front with 13 down this time by, and 27 to go. Wheel to wheel on the bottom. We've got one upside down. It's going to collect the 49 there of David Heilman. That is the 3 car of Lewis Hewitt going upside down over in turn number 2. No caution coming out this time around. The more cars getting together there. That looks like Ricky Sanders and maybe Blake Majulis touching wheels there coming off of turn number 2. And now Sanders trying to get back underneath the 00 of Tim Smith. That's the battle for 4th. Back up front, James Edens has his hands full with the Canadian Phenom. And in fact, Alex Bergeron going to put a slide job for the top spot on Edens off of turn 4. He'll lead the lap. Edens going to get right back around in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Bergeron again to the bottom of the racetrack in 3 and 4. This is good side-by-side sprint car racing here, ladies and gentlemen. Bergeron back to the top spot. And Edens right back underneath him in turn number 3. Once again, another slider from Bergeron. The bottom of turns 1 and 2. Going to get around Edens this time. I think it might stick. Bergeron right back down to the bottom of turn number 3. Slides up the racetrack, takes the line away, and leads lap number 19. 19 laps down, 21 to go. Here comes Edens on the inside again. To the bottom of 3 and 4, it's another slider. He slides up, takes the line away. He'll lead lap number 20. We're halfway home. And Bergeron again to the bottom of the racetrack. This is slide job after slide job right here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Edens going to grab the infield tractor tire. Around the bottom of turn 1 and 2, it's Bergeron once again sliding underneath Edens to take over the top spot. Edens going to cross him back up down the backstretch. All the while, Cole Newhoffen has closed the gap. He is now 1/10 of a second. Oh, and we've got a caution coming out once again, ladies and gentlemen. Caution flag coming to the racetrack. That time it looks like it was for Ryan Martin. So Martin bringing out the caution flag with 22 laps complete and 18 to go. Steve Burnell, you enter these races by going to Team Victory Lane Racing's Facebook page. This is a paid series, so there is an entry fee. I believe it's 15 or 25. Their specs there and everything, all the information you need is at TeamVLRRacing.com, I believe is the website. You can also just search for TeamVLR through your Google search bar there. It'll take you right to their website. The registration is done through Eventbrite, but with only 2 weeks left in the competition, I don't want to dissuade you, but you would still have to pay an entry fee, but not probably get the points championship in either division. Our series on Thursday night, however, is in first come, first serve, all or welcome basis. It takes place at 10:50 Central Standard Time on Thursday nights. It is Midnight Madness, and this Thursday we're going to be going mad with the super late models at Knoxville Speedway. So if you want to check that out on Thursday nights, that one is free to enter and free to race. Please join us at 10:50 Central Standard Time on Thursday night. Meanwhile, we're back underway, back under green flag conditions here. 24 laps complete, 16 to go this time by the flag stand, and James Edens is back out front. Alex Bergeron in second spot, Cole Newhoffen, Tim Smith, and Chris Brenner now round out the top 5. Britton Roxbury in 6th, Skylar Brown is shown in 7th, David Heilman 8th, Blake Matulis 9th, and Ricky Sanders rounding out the top 10. Edens already about to a 4/10 second gap over the second place car, Alex Bergeron, and Bergeron back down to the bottom of turns 1 and 2. He thinks he's got it, can't quite get it done that time off of 2. That was a heavy slider. The car very sideways, and Bergeron scrubbing off quite a bit of speed. These 305s are really still, I know they're sprint cars and I know they're fast, but they are still very much a momentum race car. Once you kill that speed, it takes a couple laps to build it back up. And here's an interesting development. Edens back to the bottom of the racetrack in 3 and 4, trying it out, seeing if there's something down there, because the cushion right up along the wall. Also, the top side of this racetrack getting very rough down the straightaways off of the corners. And we saw just last week at USA International how much the bumps can come into play with Bergeron and Austin Simmelman, and I believe it was David Heilman getting together with 2 laps to go and taking all 3 of them basically out of, actually it took 2 of them out of contention. And Chris Brenner with trouble, ladies and gentlemen, gets together, slips all the way back to the 13th. Actually, he's off the racetrack, so problems for Chris Brenner in the 70 car. 31 laps complete, going to be 32 this time off of turn number 4. And that's for James Edens. Still your race leader by 0.6 of a second right now, making it 0.7 that time by over Alex Bergeron. 32 down and 8 to go, going to be 33 and 7. As we cross the start-finish line, there we go. Your running order right now is James Edens, Alex Bergeron, Cole Newhoffen in 3rd, Britton Roxbury, a good run there in 4th. David Heilman rounds out the top 5. Jim Smith, Blake Majulis, Skylar Brown, Steven Calavoda, and Dylan Hauser right now, rounding out the top 10. It's Ricky Sanders, Ryan Martin, Chris Brenner, Howard Weaver, Lewis Hewitt, and Adam Elby, the remainder of the field. 5 laps to go that time by, ladies and gentlemen. 35 laps complete. Your top 2 cars, actually the top 3, are really working the bottom of the racetrack. The only driver in the top 5 to go top shelf that time through 1 and 2 was the 421 of Britton Roxbury. We've got a yellow coming out with going to be 4 laps to go this time around. So the caution flag is out very late in the race. It'll be an interesting turn of events here. Absolutely, Mr. Steve, no problem. William Wilcox, thanks for tuning in this evening. And Steve Cape, get on over here, man. Give these things a looky-loo. We would love to have you tuning in here to the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. I know Mr. Steve pretty well. We've had the chance to call several races together, the Lone Star 600 there. Once again, folks, if you're watching live at the Race on Texas YouTube channel, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Also, if you're looking at the Twitch stream, thank you so very much for giving us a look tonight. Once again, through the Race on Texas Facebook page, we thank you for tuning in as well. Also, there, the Virtual Racing Network, YouTube channel. Thanks so much for tuning in, and thanks to Charles Wooten for letting us use that channel this evening to help us stream the race. We're going back, green flag racing. We went back to 35 completed, we believe, in 5 to go. And Edens with 1 more shot, hopefully no more cautions is probably what James is saying. Back up top, down the backstretch into turn number 3, hot on his heels, the Canadian phenom, Alex Bergeron. Right on the tail tank through turns 3 and 4. Bergeron with a wheel under, but Edens protecting the bottom line, 36 down, 4 to go. Back down the back chute into turn number 3. Same story on this end as well. Bergeron trying his best to get underneath Edens. He's going to have to drive the car in deeper and trying to get underneath that 52. The Racers for Christ sponsored number 52 machine is on a rail this evening. Edens with 2 laps to go. 2 sticks, 38 complete, and Bergeron grabs an infield tire. That might do it. James Edens going to be coming to the white flag this time by 39 laps complete right here. 1/4 mile left to go for the 52 machine. Edens right back down to the bottom of the track in turns 1 and 2. Slides up to the wall. Back down to the bottom again in 3 and 4. That's going to be all she wrote. James Edens going to get the win. Second spot going to be Bergeron. Then third will be Cole Newhoffen. Britton Roxbury and last week's feature winner Blake Majulis going to be rounding out the top 5. David Heilman, Steven Calavoda, Skylar Brown, Timothy Smith, Ricky Sanders, Ryan Martin, Dylan Hauser, Howard Weaver, Chris Brenner, Lewis Hewitt, and Adam Elby, the remainder of the field. Big congratulations to Mr. James Edens. A good run and a great win tonight here at Limaland Motorsports Park. We'll see if we can grab James there in the race chat, get him on down here in the press box, and have a quick word with him. A great run tonight for James, grabbing the win. Good run for the 52 car. James Edens, brother, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Great run tonight, James. First of all, congratulations on the win, man. Good job.
Yeah, thanks. We've been qualifying good in this series. It's just the invert's been hurting us, and then a couple weeks ago I was leading and got in the wall, and that ended it. So it feels good to finally hold on to one and take it home.
Yeah, man, get that monkey off the back, park the thing in victory lane. You had Alex right behind you pretty much the whole race, and I know that you know that he's incredibly talented when it comes to racing these things. The last few laps looked like you just knew he was there and you had to protect that bottom line? Is that what it came down to?
Yeah, towards the middle part, we moved up to the top, and I kind of got a little worried because he's definitely one of the best on the cushion. He's a little better than me there. I tried the bottom, and it came back around, so it was good. So I just knew I had to protect that from him, and he wasn't going to be able to get under me.
Now, when you're ripping the lip, as they say around the outside of this thing, you're right. The cushion, especially here at Limaland, it seems to go right up alongside the wall. So the entry is absolutely crucial. You've got to be like scalpel, like surgeon precise. And if you're not, you really just run the risk of, ruining your whole night. Do you think it's a little safer around the bottom of this place?
Oh, it's definitely safer. Most of the time it's just not. It's not the fast way around. So, if you want to win races, you got to get up there and hang on to it. At one point I clipped the wall once, and then I decided I'm gonna try the bottom because I don't want to plug this thing leading. So, and it worked out.
Well, James, once again, good job tonight. Who you want to thank on the race car, man?
I just got to thank the Speed Lab guys. Working hard. We've been running good. And then I got to thank, VLR and you guys for broadcasting this and putting this deal on.
Absolutely, James. Once again, brother, congratulations. We're going to see you in a few minutes in a 360.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we can repeat.
All right, man. Good luck. And like you said, going for two this evening. So, James, good luck to you.
Thanks, sir.
There you have it, folks. James Eden's grabbing the win here. 305 competition at Limaland Motorsports Park. Scott and I are going to reset, revamp. We'll figure out where the next race is going to be. Of course, once again, these races randomly selected, or the tracks are randomly selected. We'll be back in just a few minutes with open setup 360s here from RaceOnTexas.com.